Focus within. Transform your life forever. Jordan Peterson, Best Motivation. Speech Introduction. Life has a way of pulling us in 1,000 directions at once. Your job demands your time. Your family needs your attention. Your phone keeps buzzing. And the world outside is louder than ever. And in the middle of all that noise, you may have lost sight of the most important person in your life, you. It's not selfish to say that. In fact, it's the opposite. Because if you are not centered, if you are not grounded, if you do not know who you are and what you stand for, then everything else in your life begins to collapse like a house built on sand. You can't be the partner your spouse deserves, the parent your children need, or the friend your loved ones can rely on if you are hollow inside. Most people never stop to ask themselves one simple but life-changing question. What if the real transformation I've been searching for isn't out there in the world, but in here within myself? We live in a culture that constantly tells us to chase more money, more success, more recognition, more things. And yet, how many people do you know who have achieved all of that only to still feel empty, anxious, and restless? The truth is, transformation doesn't start with buying something new, earning another promotion, or chasing another thrill. Transformation begins when you stop running away from yourself and finally turn inward. And when you do, when you finally decide to focus within, you don't just change your habits. You don't just improve your circumstances. You transform your entire life. Forever. That is the journey we're going to walk together today. Section 1. Why most people feel lost after 25. By the time we hit our life feels very different than it did when we were 18. At 18, the world feels infinite. Every possibility is open, and you can imagine yourself in a dozen different futures. But by 25, reality begins to close in. Bills pile up. Careers stall. Relationships break apart. And for many, there's a haunting feeling that something is missing, that the life you're living is not quite the life you thought you'd have. Psychologists call this a quarter-life crisis, but I believe it's deeper than that. It's a crisis of meaning. See, most people grow up following a script they never wrote. Go to school, get a job, find a partner, start a family, buy a house, keep moving forward. And while those are not bad things, they become dangerous when pursued blindly without self-reflection. You can climb the ladder of success for decades, only to discover it was leaning against the wrong wall. This is why focusing within is so important. It allows you to step back, ask the hard questions, and discover whether the life you are living is actually aligned with who you are. Without that, you drift, pulled by the expectations of society instead of guided by your own compass. Section 2. The enemy within. Avoidance and distraction. We don't fail to focus within because we're lazy. Most of the time we avoid it because we're afraid. Looking inward means confronting uncomfortable truths, unresolved pain, regrets, fears, and the possibility that we have been living dishonestly. So what do most people do instead? They distract themselves. They scroll endlessly. They drink more than they should. They bury themselves in work. They binge watch shows. Anything, just to avoid sitting quietly with themselves. But here's the irony. The very things we use to avoid our inner struggles are the same things that make our lives worse. Avoidance doesn't heal, wounds deepens them. Distraction doesn't solve problems, it magnifies them. When you finally stop running, when you face the silence inside, you will discover something powerful. That the enemy you feared was never as strong as you imagined. Asterisk. Section 3. The first step. Radical honesty. Transformation begins with honesty. Brutal, uncompromising honesty. Not about the world, not about politics, not about your neighbor, about you. Ask yourself, am I living the life I truly want, or the life others expect of me? What habits are destroying my future? What am I pretending not to know about myself? The answers to these questions can be painful, but they are liberating. Because once you face them, you can finally stop living in denial. And denial is the greatest prison there is. Write your truths down. Speak them out loud. Let yourself weep if you need to. But whatever you do, don't look away. Asterisk Section 4. Practical strategies to apply at-home daily reflection. Spend 10 minutes each night journaling about your choices, emotions, and intentions. This simple practice builds self-awareness. Declutter your mind and space. A messy room often reflects a messy mind. Clean your environment and notice how it clears your thinking. Set boundaries with technology. Put your phone down for 1 hour each evening. Use that time to think, to breathe, or to connect with loved ones. Practice stillness. Try meditation or just sit quietly for 5 minutes. Learn to be comfortable in your own presence. Define your values. Write down the 5 principles you want to live. By then, measure your daily actions against them. These, not just self-help tips, they are small, consistent practices that rewire your brain and align your life with your deepest self. Asterisk Section 5. The ripple effect of focusing within. When you transform yourself, everything else changes. Your relationships become stronger because you no longer depend on others to fill your emptiness. Your career becomes more meaningful because you're not chasing status, you're pursuing purpose. Even your health improves because the mind and body are inseparable. Most importantly, you inspire others without even trying. People notice when someone has clarity, integrity, and peace. By focusing within, you don't just change your life, you create a ripple effect that touches everyone around you. Asterisk Section 6. The lifelong journey focusing within is not a one-time project. It's not something you do for a week and then check off a list. It's a lifelong journey. Some days will feel easy, others will be a battle. You will face setbacks, doubts, and moments of despair. But the deeper you go, the freer you become. And freedom is not found in the world outside. True freedom begins when you no longer run from yourself. Conclusion, call to action, awaken mindset. If today's message has spoken to you, don't let it fade the moment this video ends. Take one step, just one, that brings you closer to yourself. Journal tonight. Clean your space. Have that honest conversation. Do something real, something small. Something that proves to yourself that transformation has begun. And if you want to continue this journey, to keep feeding your mind with wisdom, courage, and clarity, then I invite you to join our community here at Awaken Mindset. Every video we create is designed to help you grow, to help you heal, and to help you find strength in a world that constantly tries to pull you away from yourself. Support the channel. Share this message with someone who needs it. Subscribe, stay connected, and walk with us as we awaken the best version of ourselves. Because when you focus within, you don't just change your life. You change the world, starting with you.